The Nightmare Zone is one of the best places to AFK your combat in OSRS. And the beauty of this activity is that it's instanced, so you never get crashed by other players. Here you can AFK for up to 20 minutes at a time, and as an extra bonus, you will accumulate reward points that you can use to imbue your gear, such as rings, Slayer Helm, and so on. During this minigame, you fight quest bosses from quests you have previously completed, so you will need to have at least finished 5 of these quests before you can participate. I've highlighted some easy to unlock quest bosses for your convenience. Optionally, consider completing the Mountain Dwarf sub-quest to unlock the Dwarven Rock Cake, or if you have Dragon Slayer 2 completed, the Locator Orb is even better. I'll cover why later on. I also recommend you have at least 60 plus combat stats before coming here. And finally, you will need a good amount of starter cash. The easiest way to get here is to teleport to the Nightmare Zone via your grouping menu. You can start a dream by speaking with this NPC, but before doing so, make sure you have some money deposited in the coffer. He will give you a variety of options, but the important ones are the customizable, normal, and hard rumble. In the normal rumble, you fight quest bosses at the same stats you encountered them during your quests. In the hard rumble, they have increased hit points and offensive stats, but their defense remains the same. So if you want to maximize your AFK time, you should pick the normal rumble, as you will take less damage from the monsters and stay alive longer. But if you want more points and experience per hour, the hard rumble is the better choice. After selecting and paying for the game mode, we can drink from the vial to start our dream. But first, we have to select at least 5 bosses to start. I would recommend you pick bosses with low defense, such as Trapped Soul, the Sand Snake, Count Draenor, and King Roald. The final slot can be filled with either the Kendall, me, the Khazard Warlord, or the Tree Spirit. Or you can select all of them to get more points. After selecting the bosses, click accept and your session will start. Now if you look at my inventory, I have a bunch of potions that you may not recognize. These are Nightmare Zone exclusive potions that can be bought from the reward chest in exchange for points. And afterwards, these can be retrieved from the barrels outside. The Overload potion costs 1500 points per dose and will boost your stats for 5 minutes. Upon drinking an Overload, you will take 50 damage over a couple of seconds. And then when the effect runs out after 5 minutes, you will regain those hit points. Absorptions cost 1000 points per dose, and these are the real game changers in this minigame. Every dose will absorb 50 damage for you, stacking up to 1000 damage. So this is the key to staying alive inside the Nightmare Zone for a long time. So if a monster deals 5 damage to you, this damage will be dealt to your absorption, not to your actual HP. We can even manipulate the damage we take by lowering our HP to 1, because if we only have 1 hit point, monsters can only deal 1 damage to us, and our absorptions will last a lot longer. So that's where the Rock Cake and Locator Orb come in. Both of these can be used to lower your HP to 1 without killing you. Now I'm gonna show you how to set up a normal and hard rumble. Let's start with the normal rumble. For this game mode, bring a full inventory of absorption potions and optionally a Locator Orb or Dwarven Rock Cake. At the start of the game, run to the center and stand on the tile next to the blood splat. Then drink 5 absorptions until you have 1000 absorption. And optionally, you can lower your health to 1 to take less damage. Now just start AFKing. After 20 minutes, your character will stop auto-retaliating. At this point, just drink another absorption and continue AFKing. If you want more points and experience, then start a hard rumble instead. This time you bring overloads, a Locator Orb or Dwarven Rock Cake, absorption potions, and optionally a special attack weapon. At the start of the game, drink your 5 absorptions and then drink your overload. Once all the damage is dealt from the overload, only then do you start lowering your health to 1. The difference here is that you can only AFK for 5 minutes because that's how long an overload lasts. The monsters also hit a lot harder, so you have to keep your HP low at all times. Make sure to enable notifications for your overloads in the Nightmare Zone plugin, because when your overload runs out, you will regain 50 hit points and the monsters will start draining your absorption really quickly. You can also enable notifications for some of the power-ups that occasionally spawn. Recurrent damage will help you deal more damage, which results in more points but not experience. Zapper has a similar effect. giving you more points but not experience. Power Surge will give you infinite special attack for 45 seconds. This has a big impact on your XP rates if you bring a special attack weapon such as Dragon Claws, a granite maul with ornate handle, or a simple DDS. Always ignore Ultimate Force as this kills your opponents without giving you points or experience. Alright, if this is your first time doing the Nightmare Zone, you don't have any reward points to buy absorptions or overloads. So what you should do for your first game is bring a full inventory of prayer potions and just wear your best prayer boosting items. Just wear Proselyte, Initiate, or simple monk robes. Then start a hard rumble because we want to get the most points, and select all the bosses you have from this list because the more bosses you add, the more points you get. Now just AFK with Protect from melee on until you have over 150k points to buy your first inventory of potions. From there on out, you should always net enough points to refill your absorptions. Now that you understand the basics and you have enough points for your first inventory of absorptions and overloads, let's talk about gear. Regardless of what gear you pick, always make sure you have your best in slot cape, amulet, gloves, and boots, and in most cases you wear a defender to maximize your DPS. The classic Nightmare Zone loadout, and this will be the best choice for most of you, is full obsidian with a berserker necklace and an obsidian sword. The sword will get a 20% damage boost from the berserker necklace and a 10% strength and attack boost from your obsidian armor. So this, in combination with the low defense opponents at the Nightmare Zone, will result in you getting really good AFK XP rates. The requirements are 60 defense and attack, and the full set costs a little over 5 mil and is definitely worth the investment if you plan to stay at the Nightmare Zone for a long time. It is suitable for both the normal and hard rumble depending on how AFK you want to be. If for whatever reason you don't have access to full obsidian, you can also just wear whatever gear you have available in your bank. Full Blood Moon with dual Mako Weedles will provide better DPS than full obsidian, but it comes at a higher cost, higher requirements, and it's also degradable, so I wouldn't recommend using it here. This set is also more efficient at Naguas, which is another AFK combat training method I will cover in a later video. If you have over 92 hit points, full Dharoks will offer the best melee experience at the Nightmare Zone, but it comes at the cost of your AFK time. Dharok's set effect allows you to hit higher the lower your HP is, so it's perfect for this minigame where you can sit at 1 HP the whole time thanks to absorption potions. The damage calculation is based on your total HP level, so this method is only viable at 92 HP or higher. Below that, just AFK in Obsidian. For Dharoking, you should select a hard rumble to get the full XP rates. Your inventory should contain a locator orb, overloads, absorptions, and a special attack switch so you can maximize your XP per hour via power surges. When Dharoking, you should try to maintain your hit points at 1 HP. Every minute, your character will automatically regenerate 1 hit point. You can counter this by flicking the rapid heal prayer, which will reset your prayer regeneration. So yeah, this is not very AFK, but you can achieve really high XP rates. And the final melee loadout is full Guthans. The set effect of Guthans gives you a 25% chance to heal the damage you deal. So when you wear this against low defense monsters, your character is constantly healing themselves and you can just AFK without using absorption potions. Make sure to only use this loadout in a normal rumble so the opponents don't actually deal extra damage. Technically, you don't have to bring anything inside, but consider bringing some super combat potions to boost your XP rates and maybe some emergency food. Now what if you want to AFK from anywhere? Imagine pulling out your phone just to drink an absorption pot and move on with your day. You can do this by controlling your computer via a remote desktop app. There are many of these apps available, so just use the one you want. But for this example, I will use TeamViewer. It's very simple. Just install TeamViewer on both your PC and your phone. Then connect to your PC via the room ID and password. Combine this with a normal rumble and you can just check up on your account every 20 minutes or so. The worst thing that can happen is you forget about it and your account eventually logs out. Alright, that's it for the guide. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.